today's session, we look at some of the routines in ARUtils that assist us with using materials, being able to easily identify them, and being able to pick and paint, and being able to schedule materials used in rooms, and making it easy for people to see how those materials have been used on a project. Now, many of these commands are actually under the Create pull down, and we've got Wall Paint ID to just quickly identify what materials in use on a particular item. We can also tag wall paint, so we can tag it in a plan rather than in fact having to do an elevation and indicate a wall finish. We can apply a wall finishes tape. This just very quickly lays out a tape along the face of walls indicating the material that's in use on those walls. We've got pick and paint, which lets us apply the material in use on one surface onto another surface. And we've got the assign room finishes command, which enables us to quickly and easily schedule finishes for a room. So let's have a look at some of these commands. So let's have a look at some of the commands. We'll start with the Wall Paint ID, and you can use that command equally well in a plan view. So we'll just get that face. Tells us it's cherry M9. Alternatively, we can go over here, pick a face, iron ductile M39. So it actually tells us what the painted or default face is for a wall or face item. And so if we cancel out of that command and go into pick and paint, we can go over here to our 3D view, pick this face, apply it to that one, perhaps that one, and we can keep repeating that process. But if we now go back to our Wall Paint ID and back into this view, then it now tells us that it's iron ductile M39. A great finish for any wall. Another of the simple ways of indicating what a material is, rather than just simply identifying it, is to actually tag those wall paint items in a plan. So we can simply pick this command, and there's a bit of information here about how we want to do it, what value we want to actually use putting in the tag, but we'll just use mark. We'll say tag, and we can then simply position our tag, and quite easily, making sure to always pick our walls. Let's just go around and place tags on all of those items. The command also allows you to update all of these tags if, for example, we painted walls with a different material. So let's just say cancel that. We'll go over here and we'll do our pick and paint, and once again using our ductile material, we'll simply now pick this wall, escape out of the command, and back here tag wall paint again, just say update all, and you'll see then that this tag has changed to now correctly indicate the tag mark for that item. So another way of indicating materials in use. Now, another good way of showing the applied finishes that have been used on walls is to use the wall finishes tape. So this is much quicker and easier than having to elevate every wall of every room, and gives you a very good idea just how wall finishes have been applied. So we'll just click on that wall finishes tape, and we'll just say pick and tape to just apply the tape to a single room. And because we don't have rooms showing, it's not able to actually pick up on a room. So what we'll do is just use one of our visibility settings to turn rooms on. We'll go back to our wall finishes tape and hit pick and tape. I can now pick that particular room, and it's picked up that M35 is one of the materials that's been used in that room, and we'll just stay using that text in the line tape that's going to be created. We now have to pick a colour for that particular M35 material, and let's just pick red. So we're actually creating all of our line tape colours, and you can see here we've got M43 and M35, and because we haven't done M39 before, it asks once again for the text to be used. We'll just say that, and shortly we'll be prompted to select the colour for that particular style. And so quite quickly and easily, we've actually now got some wall tape running around that room that enables us to show quite easily what material finishes have been used there. And even though we've just done a single room in this instance, we could apply that tape to all rooms. So if I go back to wall finishes tape and say apply tape to all, it'll just say that there's currently some wall taping used in this view. Delete the existing tape, so we just say yes to that so that we can start fresh, and we'll have had tape applied to all the rooms there. So process 10 rooms, and this is the sort of plan that we could possibly hand to a painter. Much easier than having to elevate every wall. Of course, while presenting information in this way is an excellent way to transfer knowledge, you may in fact want all of the wall finishes to appear in a schedule. Now currently in base Revit, it's not easy to in fact say what the finishes are in any given rooms. So ARUtils offers the assign room finishes command. So we'll just run that, and this enables us to create a number of parameters related to rooms, and then all of the wall finishes are added to those parameters for rooms. So we'll just say process all, get a warning saying that parameters are going to be added, and it's added all of these parameters. Seems like a lot, however they're all required to be able to report on up to 10 different finishes in rooms. Alright, so room finish is assigned to 35 rooms, and it's ignored some unbounded rooms. Let's just say done, and if we now pick a room, we'll see that we now have a series of material codes and names assigned to those parameters, and we can then use those in a schedule to quickly indicate what's happening in those rooms. A somewhat similar command to the wall finishes tape command is the parameter wall tape command. So with that, you can apply a tape to walls based on a particular aspect or parameter value. So let's just do the function of walls. So we'll just say apply tape, and because we've already got our various wall tapes defined in this project, you can see here we've got exterior, interior, core showing up as the type of walls that they are. Not something that you always need to do, but perhaps you'd use it also for a fire rating. So you can indicate which walls are 60-minute, 2-hour, or simply nothing. So another good graphical way of presenting information in your project above and beyond simple fill patterns.